G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Time Bomb channel, and I hope all is good in your part of the world. Watch review of the Rotary GS04378/95, the Seamatic GMT. Quite possibly the best Rolex GMT alternative. Big thanks as always to the guys over at First Class Watches for the loan of this one. Please do mention the Time Bomb channel if you're speaking to them about any watches, because they will do their best to help on price matching. So, big question then, do you need some rugged travel functionality on your wrist? Then look no further. No need to sell your house to buy that Master 2 GMT. You can get one of these instead. They retail for £299 here in the UK, but again, price matching is something that First Class Watches specialise in, so do hit them up about that. Let me just zoom in a fraction. Yeah, so regulars to the channel will know that I have a little bit of a soft spot for the brand Rotary. I think they produce some very wallet-friendly, good-looking watches. So let's move on to some key speccage then. This one is 42.5 mils across. You add a little bit for the crown as well. It sticks out a fraction, but it is nestled fairly deeply within those crown guards. North to south, I think it's quite a manageable 48 mils, and you will notice immediately the curve on those lugs as well. Very nice. It's quite a chunky 14 mils deep, and it then sits on very ample, perfectly sized 22 mil lugs. Let me just throw it on wrist for you, and as always, just for reference, my wrist is 7¼ inch, and there's the down the pipe shot, and that's what I was talking about, those lugs. I think they curve down perfectly, and I think the fit on wrist is excellent. It's got a little bit of heft in that head, but the bracelet really holds it very comfortably on wrist. I think it looks absolutely excellent. I think visually they've done a really good job of this. I mean, again, we're not looking at some revolutionary colors. We're looking at standard red, Pepsi bezel color, over a black dial. But yeah, I think it's balanced very well indeed. In addition to which, being such a chunky monkey as you'd expect, it comes then with 300 meters worth of watery goodness, so more than enough. You do also then get sapphire up top, which sits just above that bezel, but not a huge amount. These do come in several other colors, so if the Pepsi isn't your color range, you've got the other ones here. Personally, I just thought the Pepsi was the best looking to my eyes. The bezel spring sounds like this. And it's possibly one area I think that they need to improve on, because it is a little bit on the loose side, and it just about lines up. And it, of course, as a GMT, it's bi-directional, so I'm just trying to look through the camera here to try and see how that lines up. I don't think it lines up too badly, actually. I do very much like the matte finish on that bezel. I think as well, it just sort of it helps it to be a little bit more muted as opposed to shining too much. I think that the white font there is excellent, because again the digits really shine through, and it's very legible indeed. The flanks as well, lovely curvy flanks on these, and as I say, the way that they drop down into those lugs I think is fantastic. They could have quite easily left these as flush or flat, but I think, as I say, the fact that they've curved them like that, I think really very handsome indeed. I mentioned the weight of the head, and yeah, it's got some heft to it, but I think that's probably what you would expect for a watch of this size. A difficult point. I think it's an Seiko NH34 buzzing inside, but I can't say for sure, because as always, and I've mentioned this before, I just don't get why Rotary don't be a little bit more transparent in sharing what the movement is in these watches. It's a fundamental part of watch ownership, and if you're going to put an automatic movement in there, just tell us what it is. So obviously then first position is wind, second position then is date, it's date, quick set date one way, and then GMT hand the other way, and then last position, okay, moves all of your 3 hands together. And the movement, yeah, it's a little loose, but it's perfectly functional, and I think, well, I could live with that one easily. I was going to say the crown as well then is signed, screwed in, and then sits as very well between those 2 crown guards there. Nice. The date window is subtle, yet clear and framed, and it's probably the one time I'm ever going to say that the date wheel doesn't need to be color matched, because I think in white it's nice and clear and it stands out a little bit better. I think in black it might have been a little bit too muted. Onto the bracelet, big oversized buckle, which is signed as well, big and bold, really like that. And then on the reverse of the strap, you have like this air cushioning underneath, which may allow for then water to move and air to move, so it shouldn't be too sweaty. And then case back, obviously, then still got that shop sticker on it, that's not coming off, but some of your speckage on the back there. There is Super Luminova on the watch. And as I say, one of the things that I really like, and again, it comes back to that bezel. I love how they've loomed the digits on the on the bezel. I just think it just really stands out and looks very pretty indeed. Starts to fade a little bit, but it's only going to give you a couple of hours worth of legibility. So all in all, I think I really like this. As I said before, it's the wallet friendly option. It's got big specs, so it can fit that role as the traveler watch, that's tooly, and it's going to be able to withstand some knocks. And as I say, budget beast GMT, absolutely 100%. As always, those are just my random thoughts. Over to you guys. Let's hear what you think about this one. Massive thanks again to the guys at First Class Watches, and thanks to you guys as always. Really do appreciate your continued viewing and support of the channel. The channel has grown hugely, lots of new subscribers. Welcome to everybody, and again, massive thanks for the continued support. Again, all right, we'll catch you all in the next vid. Cheers, guys.